what is the first thing that people should do if they want to start systemizing their business? Okay, so don't do the first thing that I did. The first thing that I did was to write a system. So I had this sort of experience of where we'd had a couple of good years growing, but there were stupid things that were going wrong. And I'd find myself apologising to clients who'd ring up and say, I've got this letter from you and it says that form X17 or whatever it was, needs to be signed, but X17 is not in the envelope. So I'd sort of have a bit of a grumble at somebody and hope that will make the difference. And I confided in one of my senior colleagues, the guy who sort of put up the money to buy the business in the first place, and my old boss. And he said, it's growing pains. And I just stewed on this for ages. And I thought to myself, I'm not sure if I agree with that. I just thought if it's growing pains, then that just implies that everybody's going to grow into their job. But what if we grow a bit more? Or what if the person that's grown into their job leaves and is replaced by somebody else? And I just thought, I'm going to be apologising to people for Form X17 not being in the envelope for the rest of my career. So, that's when I stumbled on a book called The E-Myth Revisited. And The E-Myth Revisited by Michael Gerber is a book that I would highly recommend you read. And it gives you lots and lots of advice about systems, and it was a big influence on me. So what I did is I started writing systems, and I wrote some really great systems. Every time something went wrong, I would write a system on how somebody should do it. But then I realised that if nobody knew they were responsible for that particular system, then it still wouldn't happen. So best system in the world is irrelevant if no one knows they've got to follow it. So what I then did was I documented all the roles that exist within the business. I separated them into multi-roles, where it's a pool of work shared between a group of people, primary roles where you must only have one person doing that role, and then I allocated those roles out to everybody. Now, that then enabled me to slide in the systems that I'd already written behind them. But if I'd done that roles exercise first, then the impact of that would have been much bigger, much earlier on. So that would be my number one piece of advice.